If I had my life to live over, I wouldn't change a thing for the bounty of this land of ours gives us everything. The colors of the seasons, winter, spring, summer, and fall. The prairies, lakes, the mountains tall. This land has it all. I've made many friends since I've been here. I left the shores of England in 1965, September. I was just getting ready to face my first Canadian winter in this new land. After getting off the Empress of Canada, which the Cunard Lines, I think it was, I just realized that all the friends that I'd left at home and all the new friends that I made on the ship weren't there anymore. You know, I was alone. $60 in my pocket, no home, no work. But, you know, and the next day I got to the yellow pages in the phone booth, and because I had a sheet metal work skill, I managed to get a job. It was easy. There was very abundant work back in those days. But it was lonely, like leaving work and going home into a little room that I rented in Ville de Selle at the time. I closed the door, and it was lonely. It's an experience I'll never forget, and something I don't really want to experience again. But Canada, you know, what they do in Canada here, I found that they accepted you for who you were. They gave you a chance in life. It didn't take me long to get a job in a place called Pratt & Whitney in the South Shore of Longueuil, where I worked on PT6 engines in the experimental division. From there I went to Canada, and I worked there for 25 years actually. Retired, well, I guess you can say retired. I sort of was given the option to leave my job in 1993. Anyway, getting back to 1968, actually in October 1968, I went to a party with some friends, and I saw this young lady, beautiful blue eyes, long brown hair, asked her to dance. We've been together now ever since. We got married in 1970. 49 years is coming May 23rd. It's definitely been the happiest time of my life and the best things ever happened to me. We have 2 children, Karen and Kimberly. And now we have 4 grandchildren, TJ, Vanessa, Nicholas, and little Zoe. The family's grown. Really happy times. Other things happened in my life throughout marriage that was sometimes difficult. I was flying airplanes back then, small aircraft, and even built my own aircraft along with a friend of mine, Fred Widdick from Air Canada. It was an all-metal airplane, and we actually took 5 years to build, but we flew it. But during that time in 1972, I was test flying a small airplane for a friend that didn't have a license. It was called a Genie's Teeny. I had an unfortunate accident back then and crashed the airplane, and when I looked down I could see the bottom of my left foot facing me, the sole of my shoe, so I knew things weren't very good. I can remember going to the hospital in Montreal, and the doctor said to me, "Don't worry, Barry, we're going to screw it back on." And he did. I was 18 months out of work with that accident at the time there, but then went back to Air Canada. Lots has changed since back then, and I guess the next biggest thing in our life, our change in both our lives, all our lives actually, the whole family, was June and I moving to a little village called Erinsville in Ontario, just north of Napanee. What a great decision that has been. It's given us peace, this country. I just love the tranquility here. I really enjoy the people. They make you feel welcome. There were some funny stories back then. I remember that June says she wanted to move to a place where there was a church with a bell. And I said one of my priorities was I want to be at least 5 minutes from a pub. Well, the Anglican church in Tamworth has a bell, and that was close where we lived. And the Lakeview Tavern was literally 4 minutes from my home. What more could you ask for? It's like, to me, it's like in a little piece of heaven. We're in little Cedar Grove, set back off a little country road. Neighbors are just great. Our life certainly has changed since we moved to this beautiful place. And going back to 1965, when I made the big move to leave England and come here, this great land of ours, Canada, I can only say it's all been good, really good. And I really feel that I have been truly blessed. If I had my life to live over, no, I wouldn't change a single thing. For the bounty of this land of ours has given me everything. Times now are good to me, leaving me with no regrets. The memories that lie deep inside of me, I will never forget. No, I'll never forget.